Hi all. Today I like to explain about inverse trigonometric functions. I think you have already studied about the inverse trigonometric functions and trigonometric function. From the +2 portion onwards, you are familiar with these two topics, inverse trigonometric and trigonometric functions. Mainly we have 6 trigonometric functions and 6 inverse trigonometric functions. What are they? Inverse, the trigonometric functions are sine, cosine, tan, cosec, sec and cot functions. The inverse trigonometric functions are inverse sine, inverse cosine, inverse tan, inverse cosec, inverse sec, inverse cot functions. So today we are going to study about these. That is, we have the trigonometric functions are mainly the periodic function. And we know that it is not one-to-one. From 6.2, 6.1, we have studied about the one-oneness of the function. By drawing the horizontal line test, we can see that this graph, whether this graph will be a one-one or not. How can we test that? Draw a line parallel to x-axis. This is a horizontal line test. Draw a line parallel to x-axis. If that graph meet at exactly one point on the graph, then we can say that the graph is one-to-one. If the line touches at more than one points of the graph, then we can say that this graph is not one-to-one. Here this is the graph of y equal to sin x. Here this horizontal line touch at these point 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. at points. So this y equal to sin x is not one-to-one. Okay. So what is the need of this one-to-oneness? We know that if a function is one-one, then we can find the inverse function also. So I have to find out the inverse sine function. So in order to define inverse sine function, I had to convert the function, the sine function. This was a sine function actually. This is a sine function. I have to convert the sine function into a sine function with a domain restrictor that will form a one-one sine function. Okay. So I am going to restrict to this. This is a sine function. I am going to restrict to this sine function from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Then if I am drawing this horizontal line, it will touch at only exactly one point. So I can define the inverse function. The inverse function is defined as sine inverse x or arc sin x. Arc sin x. ARC sin x. Then the domain will be, this is a range. This is the range minus pi by 2 and the domain is minus 1 to 1. Then domain and range will be reversed in the case of the inverse function. So this will be the range of sine inverse and this will be the domain of sine inverse. Look these. Okay. Next up, cosine function. This is a graph of the cosine function. This is a graph of cosine function. Next, I need to find out the inverse function, inverse of this cosine function. In order to find out the inverse of the cosine function, first procedure is I have to convert this cosine function into a one-one function, one-one cosine function. For that, I am restricting this cosine into from 0 to pi. 0 to pi. In the case of sine function, we are restricted from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Here from 0 to pi I am going to restrict. So this will be the inverse. This is a black line. Black line, this is inverse. Okay. The ranges, here the range is 0 to 1. Here the domain is 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. Range will be from 0 to pi. 0 to pi here, it is a domain. Okay, this is a cosine 1 1 and 1 1 and its inverse. Similarly, tangent function. Tangent function, this is a tangent function. These are the asymptotes. Can you remember these? The last semester you have studied about the asymptotes, how to draw a graph. These are the asymptotes. So, in order to find out the inverse of the tangent function, I have to restrict this tangent function. So this from, I am going to restrict this from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Then this will become a 1 1 function. Otherwise, when we draw a line, horizontal line, parallel to x-axis, it will meet this point, this point, this point, this point, etc. So this is actually, this is not 1 to 1. So I have to restrict this domain from minus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Then it will become a 1 1 function. This is the restriction minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is the tan inverse. This is the tan inverse. Next is the secant function. This is a secant function actually. From 1 to this point. Here also we can see that this is not 1 to 1. So I am going to restrict this. This is a secant function restriction. Here from 0 to pi. Here up to this from 0 to pi. I'm restricting 0 to pi except this pi by 2. Pi by 2 until pi by 2, this will have an asymptote. This is a graph. This will be the inverse. This will be the inverse. Okay. Secant, inverse secant. Next is cosecant function. Cosecant function is actually this one. So I have to restrict this in order to convert, in order to define an inverse cosecant function. This is the inverse cosecant function. This is 0. This is a cosecant line. Okay. Next is, and the last one is the cotangent function. The graph of y equal to cot theta, the domain equal to theta, theta not equal to 10 pi. This is actually the cotangent graph. Vertical asymptotes are at n pi. I'm restricting this from restricting this one. Y equal to cot theta from 0 to pi. Here this is the cot inverse. 0 to pi. This is 0 to pi. Is its 0 to pi is its range. 0 to pi is its domain. From infinity to minus infinity to infinity is its range. Here the domain is from minus infinity to infinity. So these are the inverse trigonometric and inverse trigonometric functions. Graph of this inverse trigonometric and trigonometric functions. Please go through the textbook also and prepare a notes corresponding to that. Okay, study well. Thank you.